Please enjoy our feature presentation. The Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies. Today's guest, Gwen Gresham.
What up, cuz?
What up? It just takes a few minutes. We always have to wait a few minutes, and it's okay. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm dumb to this. I don't know about this. What's going
Oh,
on?
now see, you know what? I would think that you would know because you go live all the
Um,
time.
yeah, I can lie, but I don't do the request thing. I don't.
Right,
I just
right. And so I'm just learning myself.
don't lie.
So that's why I always try to give everybody a call right beforehand to give the
Right.
little instruction that I know. So how you doing, cousin?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Hey, I'm just out here chilling right now.
Okay,
Not doing nothing.
okay. Well, tell everybody and how we know each other.
My name is Gwendolyn Gresham. I am the second cousin of Kim Gresham,
Gresham.
and we family
We
all day.
family. Was you surprised when I changed my name to Gresham?
Yeah, threw me off. Threw me off. Yes, it was.
It threw everybody off.
But I think it's a lot of yeah, it's a lot of the last name Davis. It's a lot of y'all.
I,
It's a lot of them Kim Davises, boy.
it is?
Yes. And I thought I was like, she just probably got tired of getting mistaken for everybody.
No, well, no.
Then I found out
Actually,
it's a lot of Kim Greshams.
yeah, I saw that there was another Kim Gresham, and then now I see that there's a lot of Greshams. Like I never really knew that name was such a popular name. It just didn't seem like it was a
Yeah.
popular name to me. But like it's like, but I don't know if they
And
all.
most of Ohio Gresham, yeah, we not related. That's the crazy thing about it. The Ohio, like Akron and Toledo, it's just our name is just a commonality, but we call each other family because of the name,
Right, but I don't think that we're related
But like
either.
the California. Yeah, we related to the ones in California
We
though.
are?
Yeah, Lawrence,
Uh-huh.
Lawrence Gresham and all them.
Okay.
They are actually our cousins.
Okay, see, now see, this is what brings us to what I'm talking about: traditions and legacies and things like that. Now, I don't
Yeah,
know them. I don't know that part of my family. You see what I mean?
and I didn't know him. Yeah, I didn't know him either. My uncle Darren, Daddy's brother, Darren Marshall Meek.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him on their page, and I asked him. He's like, yeah, that's your cousins. They're your cousins.
Okay.
And I was like, oh wow. So Daddy didn't even know him.
See, that's why sometimes
So yeah,
it's so good to like. This is the kind of stuff that we need to do, like, and start with the children and things like that. But like now I want to go and do like one of those what's they called, the ancestry things.
ancestry.
Yeah,
I done
but
heard so much about those. I don't know. I don't know if I want my DNA floating around.
I don't even know if I really want to know. You know what I mean?
You're right. Some stuff you might want to,
I don't know.
you know.
I don't know if I really want to know. So let's talk about some traditions or something that you grew up with, or like that you want to pass down, or like that you like. Did you and your sister, like, did y'all do anything when y'all was coming up all the time besides
Well,
play cards with us?
generally our family tradition was like during the holidays. We always, of course, got together for your major holidays. Probably off the wall tradition was with my grandmother and my mom and my aunts. We would go to Muma Farms
Mm-hmm.
um, at the change of the season, do the strawberry picking, the green bean picking, and then go back home and they, do the snapping and all that stuff. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
probably like one of the most unorthodox things we've done. But everything else is pretty, your basic, your dinners,
Mm-hmm. Christmas
the
time,
the Fourth of
Thanksgiving.
July cookouts.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of our big things.
We're
And
not
my
doing,
dad hosted
you
was the
know,
Fourth
you
of
know,
July.
we're not doing that this year. We're not doing 4th of July this year. We only
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah. Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. So we
Yeah.
have to be, you know.
Yes.
So what's your thoughts on everything that's going on now? Like,
Whew. I mean, like we were talking today at work, it's just like it's nothing new. It's
right,
been going on.
right,
It's like Will Smith said, the cameras is rolling now. You
right,
know, it's more. You got these nice little phones, and they can catch and expose what's really going on, unlike at any other time before. You know, I was like liking things back to 1992 with the Rodney King beating
right.
and somebody carrying a big
That
video
was a big
camera
old camera.
on their shoulder.
Right.
Yeah, and they recorded it, and yet for some strange reason, America still couldn't believe that this was going on.
Right.
You know,
They like to
and everybody
make
after
it
that,
one incident.
yeah. So it's just like somebody was on a movie set, you know, and so now with these nice little camcorders on your phone,
On your phone.
everything's coming to light, more things are getting exposed,
and everybody's a reporter.
So
is a reporter, and half the time the news people, that news anchors, get the news at the same time we do, because they're getting the same news that we get right off the internet. They're doing getting the exact same things. Like, I can go through Instagram and see like certain popular videos like right before they go viral or something like that. The next thing I know, it's on Ellen. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's just
exactly.
like
I mean,
like, yeah, now it's really being exposed, and it's just like, but it still seems like even with all of this going on, like we still seeing videos. I know it's not going to stop like automatically, but wouldn't you think that that they would kind of just try to slow it down or just rethink it, because it's like they're losing their
like they said, they're gonna have to really go in there and revamp the judicial system as a whole. It's not even everybody on the policing, but you really got to go in there and revamp the whole setup, because it was set up from slavery. So your overseers simply became police officers. The cotton fields became prisons, and the ship became your school.
Right.
So basically, they didn't do nothing but change the game. So what they're gonna have to do is go in there and rewrite the paperwork. So they want to, defund the policing, but it's just not the policing. It's the policies. It's the politicians.
The
problems at the voting polls. So
those judges, because half of those are crooked and can be bought. Those laws were made up, strictly for us. That's why so many.
So they were made for us to stay in bondage. So it's just like, it ain't just the policing that they gotta, defund. Basically, they need to defund some of them politicians too.
Well, what surprises me the most is I think that the other race, I don't know, I mean, the white people or whatever, they actually think that we want to be, I think they think that we want to be like a superior race or something like that, when that's like the furthest thing from our, like, mind. Like, we never think like that. I feel like they're the only ones who think like that. No, I don't feel like no other race really wants to be a superior race. Everybody else just wants to just give me my slice of pie.
But I mean, like, when you are made to believe that you are, there's somebody trying to come along and take your spot. It's just like 5 heartbeats. You want my spot, Flash? You want my spot? It's the same thing. When you think you're the superior being, and then somebody who you think is subpar is coming along, and you keep finding out all these things about this subpar race that you never knew yourself, and now you got to stop and question yourself on the things that were stolen, the patents, the creations, the inventions, and now you got to stop and ask yourself, are we as superior as we were told we were? And so now that you got to question that, you don't like that.
Right,
so
because
you got to put that mirror up.
What it is that they already know the answer. And the answer is no. And it's not that we're superior.
And it's only Right, and it's not all, it's not even all of them. It's still a minority bunch of them because, for the most part, people want the same things.
Exactly.
Everybody got the same basic needs.
Right.
So people want the same needs. They want security, they want good health, they
Right.
want, their families
Right.
taken care
Everybody.
of. They want to,
Everybody.
to be able to do what everybody else can do without the hassle of it.
Exactly.
I was watching an old talk show from '88, and the crazy thing is they had Huey P. Newton was on there, Dr. Kawanza Junjufu. I can't never say his name right. He wrote the book, the conspiracy to destroy young black boys.
Okay.
He wrote that. Then there was another gentleman, I can't remember his name,
Mm-hmm.
but this was in '88.
Mm-hmm.
Same conversation we having right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually the first day, it was actually the very first time that they celebrated the King holiday, which was in '88.
Okay.
So it was January 16th, '88 when they had that show on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just marveled at the fact that they having the same conversation
Mm-hmm.
from '88 that they having in 2020.
Yep, but it's really like even further, it goes way
Nothing's
further
changed.
back. Yeah, it goes even further back because we still like
Right.
I'm
still
watching
having those same conversations.
Right, I'm watching Carol Burnett, and they are just saying some racial things in there. You know what I mean? They just really, but that's what it was at the time.
That's what
like
it was then, and they wasn't even being, they wasn't trying to be mean. It was just the way people talked. Just like the Jeffersons with the honky.
Right. I just think, okay, now let me ask you this. What do you think about like segregating, like really just going off to ourselves and being to ourselves? You think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Segregation?
Yeah. I mean, if we went back to it, I'm just asking, like, what would you think?
Honestly, as bad as it sounds, we were better. We were a better community of people to each other then. Because I remember the neighborhood that I grew up in, there were doctor's offices there were dental offices, barbershops, beauty shops, record stores, stores, ice cream parlors, all on one strip at the corner of Lexington and Rosedale.
Okay.
And on the corner of Oxford and Rosedale. All those businesses were there. And we saw those people. We saw, professionals.
Right.
And it was many communities like that. Westwood, that was another community that had a lot of professional Black people, doctors and stuff in there. And I think when segregation came, that the crazy thing is, in 1976 was the first year we bused. I went from walking to school to Jefferson to catching the bus to E.J. Brown, getting over there to a neighborhood that had people there with signs, dogs. They didn't want us coming into their community. Wow. And we were bussed over into their community. Wow. Same thing when I first went to Stivers in '79. It was the same thing. We got down there to Stivers. I mean, they didn't want us down there. And when we walked out that door, it was a line of police going all the way down 5th Street and RTA buses to take us downtown, because at that time, bus 2, well, it was 3. Bus 3 would line up in front of Stivers, pick the students up, and then take them downtown, and then we caught our respective buses back to our neighborhoods. Oh. I mean, they didn't want us there. But over in Baumberger Park, you had dogs, you had signs, they were screaming the epithets, the whole nine. They didn't want us there. So I got an opportunity to see what
firsthand
the '60s kind of was like without the brunt of it.
Right, because you was on the end of it.
We was the first generation that didn't have to walk through the back door.
Wow.
So, yeah, I got a chance to see all that. And I think back to that because I'm just like, I was just like 5 years off from being there. And that, born in that time. I was born in '65 though. So by the time '76 came around, they was doing full bus segregation. People started leaving the communities. We had a mixed community pretty much. So where I grew up at, all the white people left, except for one family. They stayed and they kept on doing what they always did with the kids. And then somebody decided to break in the house, harm the old man.
Mhm.
So they ended up having to move out. Now, they were the last family, the Bakers. They were the last family there. Beautiful family. They was really nice people.
Wow.
And I think when we were segregated, to a degree, we were better. But the one thing I did and can appreciate about being segregated is that I got an opportunity to meet people from different cultures
Right.
and different races. I made friends with people who I thought I would never make friends with
Right.
because I wasn't exposed to them, and vice versa.
Right.
But then you had that set of people who just never will come around, and they condition like that. Because kids, like I said, we was in the
Oh,
6th grade. Kids
yeah.
can always adapt.
Yeah, they don't
It's when
know. You
adults
have to be taught that
put
kind
their
of thing.
input in.
You have to be taught that kind of thing. I just feel like,
Right.
I don't know. We have to include everybody because that's what the Little Green Dress is about, is inclusion and making sure that, we know our history. So that was a good history lesson
Exactly.
right there. Just knowing that, we still haven't, really advanced as far as we thought we have. It's just that we didn't see it because it wasn't being videotaped like it is
Displayed.
now.
Right.
So now let me ask you.
And then
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, besides the racism, you got classism,
Mhm.
and then you got colorism.
Right.
So we, as a community of Black people, we got our own issues
Right. And then
against each other.
then black
You
women,
know,
and then you got the black woman that they just don't think about us at all. Just not at all. Just
right.
like at one time they were snatching us. Remember that? Remember they was like, don't
Oh
don't do that. What happened to that? They stopped snatching us, or they ain't nobody talking about it no more. What is that now?
yeah. They probably don't talk
And,
about it. I don't think
and
they
they
stopped
don't
snatching them.
care. And they don't care.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you
Yeah.
a legacy question, because we going over a little time or whatever. But
Okay.
so now, what would your legacy be if you were to leave the earth today? Like, because the COVID-19, we didn't even talk about that, but I mean, Jesus shut everything down. It shut everything down. So what would your legacy be?
Well, everybody seems to think or believe that I got this, uber personality as far as being positive.
That's
So
good.
I would hope that um, me trying to be positive towards people,
Mm-hmm.
trying to sure that people treat people as they meet them instead of what they think about them or what they think they know about their culture.
That's right.
We live in a global society nowadays, so I just think that a lot of times we stereotype people when we don't like to be stereotyped. So
Right.
we meet Muslims, we meet people from
Um,
Turkey. We got so many different
mm-hmm.
nationalities live here, and unless an individual does something to you, then you don't hold that against the whole community because you don't like it when somebody hold it
Right.
against your community.
Right. I'm all
So
in favor about learning about everybody. But positivity is good. I'm one of those people too. I'm a positive person too. It just takes more energy to be negative than it does to be positive. And it makes you feel better.
way more.
It's kind of like you can live longer. All of the good things come with, positive thinking. You handle situations different when you think positively. So I try to stay on that track too. So me and you, we
Less
got
stress
that.
on your body.
Yeah, all of that,
Yeah,
all of that.
it's way
Make
less
all of
stress.
that down, sickness down, because you just not filled with so much
Yeah,
hatred. Mm.
stress will kill you quicker than pork.
It will. It will. Now let me ask you something. I know you do that spoken word. We didn't even talk about that. So you got like a little snippet, maybe?
Yeah, I got a little snippet. This I give you the
Okay.
bottom half. I give you the top portion and then the bottom half.
Okay.
Um, it's called Some of That, but this is some of that so deaf love, that out of breath love, that is so damn loud it can make you go deaf love, that cuddly snuggly love, that need a hug love, that baby love, that rice and gravy love, and 2 all beef special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun love, that not just knee deep, she was just knee deep when she did the freak with me love, that diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging in the scene with the gangster lean love, that for us by us love. See, this is some of that. Everything I just said makes me happy to the bone, love. Like Big Luther singing, "A house is not a home," love. Like the average white man crooning, "The love of my own," love. See, that's the kind of love I feel for me, love. I mean, you got to agree, love. It's got to be from you first before you give it to someone else.
Oh,
Love, you got to admit. It's the boombastic. It's the fantastic. It's some of that, I just call it some of that G love.
okay. I knew you was gonna come through. I knew it. Thank you so much, cuz I really appreciate it. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the show.
That was
This
fun.
is nice. I watched it. So.
Look at all them putting their thumbs up. Woo! Let's do this.
Way to go, girl.
All right, I see you
Keep
later,
doing it.
guys.
Keep doing it.
All right.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and share The Little Green Dress Presents.